Welcome to the Swamp, the giant that the head ball coach awakened, one that thrived in urban renewal, and now one where only the Gators get out alive. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Gators will put total leather and we'll get started. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the returner will be dragged down. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. They're going to open this drive with a pass. It's complete. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Leaves it with the back. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
I'll tell you what, you want to quiet this crowd down. You want to do something demoralizing to your opponent. Establish the run game early on offense.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. He'll take it himself. Hard running there. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
And the Gamecocks have their offense in high gear. They'll give it to the back. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Sellers. Get it out on the screen. At the 20, he's got space. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
There's a lot of different ways this offense can attack you throwing the ball. One of them is getting the running back going, and the screen is a great way to get him lathered up and get the defense starting to think about him a little bit more now.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber. Some sort of bounce, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
Finds his big tight end. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, South Carolina.
This defense has their hands full in this game because of what you saw right there. This quarterback is one of the fastest players in the entire country, and he runs one in. They're going to have to do a better job getting hats to him because they know they're going to see the QB run a lot today.
And they tacked on the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Offense getting set for 1st down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Scanning the field, it's flag wave. Quickly to the tight end. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. We didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
That's the end of the fourth. With the score, South Carolina 7-0.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts one down the sideline. Wide open, he makes the catch. Got a lot of room to the right. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Gators!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Here's the return from inside his 10. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Dropping back, it's Sellers. Flushed out of the pocket. Fires on the move. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. Trying to pick up a first down. They want to run this quarterback. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. And the Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. The corners are walked up tight. Give to the back. It's a fumble on the play. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back's got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
And you think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that where you're looking for the first down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy breezy.
The Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. Fast motion from the offense. Looking for a man. It's Sellers. Coming after it. Avoids pressure. But he can't get away again, and down he goes, and the trickeration is not so tricky.
I think a big part of the formula to this team's success is their ability to get after the quarterback. In game one, they had 6 sacks and obviously won that football game. They know coming into this one today, they have got to be able to get after the quarterback, and they're off to a great start.
That is the last thing you want on first down as an offensive sack. Now it's second down. He's looking to throw. He finds his man.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Still in the pocket and fires over the middle. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. Ready to try the point after. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. So it's an 80-yard drive. And the finisher coming on that 42-yard touchdown toss. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Gators sending the offense back to work. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their deep. Trying to get behind the defense. And he hauls it in inside the 30. Touchdown, Florida! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Kentucky needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Lexington behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to LSU.
Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously you've got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
They're lining up to kick it off, full of momentum after housing that last kickoff. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And the returner is stopped. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't get on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he bats it away, it falls incomplete.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. Going up against one of the best defenses in the country, you've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw your primary target like he was on that last one.
Now on second down after the Wide out in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Still on his feet at the 40. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
And this receiver is so dangerous. There's so many different ways that he can hurt a defense. You got to throw it to him conventionally, but find creative ways to get him the football out of space and let him go to work.
The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Daniels. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. Running back searching for a hole. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
Pushes ahead. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Just going to keep it after the snap. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Gator!
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game. Didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And he tacked on the extra point. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And that pass intercepted.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. They're bringing heat. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Offense gets set for 2nd down. To the air, it's Lagway. Trying to get to it. Firing to the right, complete. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3-spot on the board. And this will be a bit of a challenge, a 46-yard attempt from the right hash. No good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Gamecocks will kick it away to start the second half. Let's see what he can do with the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Gators sending the offense back to work. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get to the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it.
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
Well, I love that play by the defense there. Hanging back, watching the QB's eyes. Great job in coverage on the back end, and then rallying to him when he decided to go try and run for it himself. And now this defense is set up fourth.
Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play.
Going up top. Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
That is such a nice job by the receiver there in that trick play, acting like he's going to block and then getting downfield. He was wide open, thinking to himself, just don't drop this, just don't drop this. All he had to do was catch it and run it into the end zone.
Well, and I think people underestimate the timing of a flea flicker, right? When you got to hand the football off, get the toss back, and the quarterback now be in sync with the receiver, and he catches it, you're right, and then gets into the end zone like he's supposed to for the big-time play.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
And the Gators will line it up on 1st and 10. Quickly complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Second down coming up.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
The RPO, it's complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. The Gators headed quickly to the line. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, the ball hasn't hit the ground very often for this guy in this game, right? He's even still, after that incompletion, over 80% throwing, which is key. Because last game he was under 50% on his throws. He went back to work, worked on his fundamentals, and that's really showing up here.
They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. This is a makeable field goal distance, but this offense is thinking touchdowns. They'll go for it on 4th. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. This is well within field goal range, but the kicker will stay on the sideline, and the offense will try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The completion well past the sticks. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. Caught in the backfield. It's Wilson. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. They've moved it into scoring territory. 1st and 10 from the 11. From the gun. Give on the inside. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback. Stop the running back's feet. Right there, I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on 3rd down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's 3rd and long or 3rd and inches, you just have to go execute.
Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Gets it out fast. Touchdown, Florida! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the 4th quarter. From inside the 10, here he comes. He's able to sneak his way across the 20 and steps out at the 21. the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at them. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
At the 45, on its way. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field, because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
They might be thinking back-to-back big plays after that last one. 1st and 10 from the 32. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, you've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
Leaves it with the back. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. This quarterback part of their running game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Hey, great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult for him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on. Bottling them up, that's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle them up. You want to set those edges really, really firm, make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming. You don't let that speed get to the outside.
This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. They move the tight end all over. From the gun, the running back has it. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
To the air, it's Sellers. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina. They move on top here in the 4th.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on.
Oh, and the extra point is blocked. Now he can return this.
Man, I can't do that here, right? I got the football, I got the lead, the clock is my friend, and now I cough it up. Offense have to understand the situation, have to understand I got to get to the ground. I can make sure I don't fight for extra yards. I make sure I don't fumble, costly fumble.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking to move it through the air. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And he pulls it in at the 15. Touchdown, Gator! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
That is exactly what you want from your quarterback. Hanging in there, letting the route develop, throwing the football down the field while you're getting hit, and the receiver does the rest and runs into the end zone for the touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Miami opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. It's one game.
He's got it out.
Oh.
There he goes. Open it up. He will score. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
I'll tell you, you're lucky if you're watching a college football game and you see one return for a touchdown. That's now his second of the game. This guy is absolutely lethal. He's shown you his open field running ability. He's shown you his speed. I'll be shocked if anybody kicks his way the rest of this game and the rest of the season.
How about this? These guys are going for two. Pass is incomplete. They can't convert the two, and the lead stays at 5. They're just about to boot it away, full of energy after housing that last kickoff. On the move from inside his 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Looking to go up top on first down. Got a man. It's Daniels.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. The Gators want to pick up the tempo. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. From the gun to give, looking for room. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. Lining up to convert third down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Quarterback moving. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Almost intercepted, and that might have been the ball game if he had held on. Instead, it's fourth down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Gotta have it here on 4th down. Unleashes one. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. Oh, he's so hard to get on the ground. He's got room. He goes out of bounds at the 7-yard line, but what an opportunity after that pick.
And that is a backbreaker. It's 4th down, though. Listen, you got to throw the football. You got to try to make a play, but the defense came up big in a big moment.
And as they come to the line, they have the lead, and they have the clock on their side. 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. On 2nd and goal, they go right back to him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. A design run for the quarterback.
And how about the response from this defense? Put in a horrible situation, horrible field position. Jesse, they bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's a sudden change situation, and they practice that all week. You never know when they're going to come up, but you have to have guys on the field playing with a sense of urgency. This has been awesome defensively.
Timeout called by the offense. We have 18 seconds left. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Smashes it between the uprights.
Well, that's a huge kick right there, because now the opponent has to score a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. That put so much pressure on the opponent. Nice job by the special teams going out and executing in a big moment.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. 1st down here for the offense. Back to throw. It's Lagway. Release to the back. Pulls it in. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a 1st down at the 23. He's looking to throw it. He's going up top here late in the game. And the pass is incomplete, and the ball game is over, and this will be a game of what might have been. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game right at the end.
Hold on.